Peace and love, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, please like and subscribe. And this evening, I wanted to take some time to talk a little bit about the spring equinox and finding balance. And this has been a full week. This is my third live, I think, this week. We had on Monday, we had the guest with BB Gina Richter Robles speaking with us about the New Year, and then I had a live, my usual regular scheduled Wednesday night live for the Knowledge of Self series we did, and we had the Supreme, another beloved guest, Kwame Sunhorse, and so tonight we're doing another whole new, another brief, really quick talk about the spring equinox and finding balance and what the meaning of all that is. And I just love this time of year. The equinox is actually, well, spring is actually my favorite season. And so the equinox is that supreme moment when there's that equal balance on the planet as the season is changing and shifting. And what makes it so special is the equal number of hours. So that's why it's thus called equinox. So if you live in the DMV area, as I do, spring felt like it started actually last week. And although time is cyclical and it's not linear, we know that the changing in the seasons is not just a date on the calendar. It's actually an energy. It's a time period. That's the name season. So spring has been happening for a while now. Last week was perfect, beautiful weather. It was pleasant every day, and like in the 70s and 60s, sunny and warm. The birds have been doing their early AM wake up call, which is one of the things that wakes me up in the AM and the early rising. And the other signs of spring, the trees have already started with growing tiny leaf buds, flowers are blooming. I also heard that the famous cherry blossoms in DC near the tidal basin have reached their peak bloom already, which is and it said it was the earliest peak bloom in 20 years, actually. So it came early this year. And a lot of things are happening quickly and happening rapidly. So we're going to talk briefly about that this evening. So spring has sprung, as they say, folks. And so I'm just basking in the greatness and the wonder of the spring season all week long. I know the equinox started last night, but like I said, it's not just a single one day um moment necessarily. The spring season is coming in. So do all you can to prepare and celebrate all week. We're feeling these effects of it. And with the change in the season comes a lot of um sometimes emotions and just changes in our daily habits. And some people have a hard time adjusting to some of those changes, and that can cause different issues. And so a lot of people tell me the springtime is usually when they have a lot of problems with seasonal allergies or other changes that take place. And some of us get more excited, more happy, we feel more alive this time of year. And so all of that is a part of the changes that are taking place right now. So spring for some people is a new year because of what is happening in the earth and happening to the earth during the season. Things are growing and developing and changing. There's new life being on the horizon. The animals that have been hibernating start to wake up in the spring. The animals that migrated to warmer places will start to come back to where their home habitats this time of year. What else happens in spring? animals start to look for mates and start establishing their homes where they're going to have their offspring. And all of this is taking place in the spring. And many of us are also doing similar things. Springtime is usually when people like to move. People do more traveling, especially that's why they call it spring break. We like to travel and go places once the weather changes. People are spending more time outdoors, um, engaging in projects like, renovating their homes, putting a new roof on a home in the spring, etc. Some people actually reserve this time of year to do cleaning, to update things in their home, update their wardrobe or whatever. All of these are signs of spring, that spring is coming, spring is changing. And spring is also, like I said, in many cultures, many calendars, systems around the world recognize the spring equinox as the new year. And it's not a coincidence that we're in the Aries of the zodiac season as well. And Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, and it represents new beginnings. That's why it's the beginning of the zodiac cycle. And so that's where we are now in the spring season. We're in the beginning of a new time period, a new season. And of course, it'd be great to start with Aries. So here we are. Spring represents a time of change and a new beginnings, new life. And those of us who are striving to live by natural cycles and to live according to the time and frequency of the earth, this is when we too should be beginning new projects and starting new beginnings. So if you've been kind of hesitant about doing some things or embarking on some new projects, or moving or whatever it is that you have in mind for yourself, whatever goals you have, whatever aspirations, this is a great time to begin them. This is a great time to begin, getting in shape if that's something that you've been wanting to do, but you kind of been procrastinating, putting it off. And a lot of us slow down in the winter. And so don't beat yourself up for that or feel bad that if you didn't accomplish some of the things that you plan to do in the winter months. Now's your chance. Now's your start. This is the spring season. Spring has sprung. So you get out there in spring too and get in shape. Start looking at achieving your goals, whatever they are. If you made goals, back in the wintertime, your winter solstice goals, and you didn't quite achieve them, go back and see which ones you can start on now and check them off. Or maybe you want to create whole new goals, new beginning, new fresh start. You want to do things different, do that. This is a great time to do that, because as things are awakening and new signs of life are being expressed in the spring, you should be reflecting that to your life, and your movements should also reflect that you're doing some things new. You're doing some new projects, new activities are springing forth from you. You're showing new life. Life has many expressions. Life has many forms. So new life doesn't always just represent the cycle of pregnancy and birth, but birth can take on many different forms. Like many of us who are changing our lives, starting over, doing things different, that is a new birth. And if you reflect on your life, you'll see that there's been many births in your lifetime, many deaths, many births, many rebirths. And throughout your lifetime, you're going to be experiencing birth and the cycle of death and birth over and over again. As you change your thinking, you change your mindset, your life changes with it. As you go through different changes in your life, changing with your career, with whatever aspect of your life. If you are someone who is, I talked to a sister today who had been in the hospital for a while, and she was getting out, and she was talking about how it changed her, and how she was looking forward to this new change and this new way of being, because she saw it as a opportunity to start over and do things different. So that is a birth in a sense. So many of us are going through this birth right now, and so the springtime is the great time to do that. You'll be in harmony with the planet while you're doing while you're changing, or starting over, or creating a new beginning for yourself. If you want to change any aspect of your life, this is a great time to do that. Um, Equinox also represents balance of different energies. And so this is a time of the year. Use this time to find balance in your own life. And taking my own advice too. So use this as a time to seek balance with your health, with your balancing your family life, with balancing um, career, and making sure you get your self care and self love. All of those things are things we all should be working on as we seek balance in every aspect of our life. Remember, don't do too much of one thing and not the other. Always seek balance and harmony, the opposite between two extremes. That's what we all should be striving for. What else is really great about spring is you see the new life being created all around you, new expressions of, you see trees that had shed their leaves and were bare all winter. Now they're starting to grow leaves. You can see the leaf buds. You see flowers. Sometimes you see the flowers first. And all around me, I see lots of flowers. You can smell the fragrant smell of flowers in the air. All of this is something that we can also strive to reflect in our lives, because as all this new life is being expressed and showing its outward displays of creation, we also can do the same things for ourselves. If you want to change, your hair, change your look, change your wardrobe, change your house, the car, whatever it is, your career, whatever aspect of your life, this is a great time to express the creative side, and be the creator of your new life. If you're starting over, or in any sense, it's always good for new starts, new, fresh change. This is a great time to do that, and be the creator of the new life and the new you that you want. The power is within you, and if you start now, you'll be in harmony with all that's around you, and that energy of change is something that you can embrace and flow with. This spring 2024 is also really special because it's the Ramadan season for the Muslims, the sacred month of fasting and prayer, and it's also Lent right now. So there's a lot of people in getting in ceremony, with prayer, with fasting, doing good deeds right now. So this is something else that is also significant and very auspicious for all of us during this time, as we seek to live in harmony with the spring season and start over, and just new beginnings. So fasting is one spiritual technology that helps people to master self control, master self, master their thoughts, and the extra prayers that are being sent up now over the planet, as people are in this holy season of both Ramadan and Lent, and of course the New Year for some folks. This is a really sacred time. We're also moving towards, very soon it will be Holy Week for the Christians, or Semana Santa, where people are really getting ready for the Easter holiday season. And then I believe the Hebrews are having Passover soon. So right now is a lot of sacred ceremonies being taking place. Excuse me. A lot of sacred ceremonies taking place, a lot of prayers. And this is a good time for all of us to really immerse ourselves in a time of fasting and prayer and just self-reflection and doing things differently. And many of us are also preparing for the big cosmic event, which is on April 8th, the solar eclipse. So all of these new beginnings, new exciting changes are happening all at once at this, this time of year. So we have a lot to prepare for, a lot to get ourselves in harmony and balance and in ceremony for. And this is the time of the year to do that. So let's focus, let's stay balanced, let's stay in the know. Make sure you spend as much time outside as possible as you can, because the winter months, many of us, went through the seasonal affective disorder and did not get nearly enough sunlight. And we all need that because it stimulates, the production of vitamin D in the body. It stimulates your thinking, your pineal gland. So we need all of that. And so now, you know, there's no excuses, spend as much time in nature outside as possible, get in direct sunlight and just enjoy this season and embrace all the changes and everything that this season has to offer when it comes to new beginnings, new life, and just, you know, the warm weather and all the things that are happening in preparation for the next season, which is summer. But right now, let's stay in the moment, stay in the now, and let's enjoy this spring season. So I wish you all peace and love this holiday season. I hope everything is unfolding beautifully for each and every one of us, and continue to be at peace and share and lift each other up in peace and harmony and love one another. Peace and blessings.